label hair care company, and Elite Total Body Care. So I am on my way to work. Happy Friday. We made it. It's Friday. Can I say it's Friday? And I said it's Friday again. Yeah, it's Friday. So I'm headed to work. I'm actually in traffic on I-4 for some strange reason or another. Right in this little corridor, there is always traffic on my way to work. So why not make it the perfect time to start my car chronicle? Because you guys know I'm always on here. YouTube is my life. YouTube is my family. You guys are my family. And then at the same time, I wanted to give you guys some updates on some things that's going on, some things that we're doing, some things that we're not doing. And then what are you guys doing? So yesterday I went and got my brows tinted for the first time in a very long time. It's not my first time getting them tinted, let me say, but it's been a very long time since I got them tinted. Because I perspire so much, I felt like the tint was not lasting. But I just felt like, if you guys haven't noticed my journey and haven't noticed how things are going with me and my life, I am trying to start embracing more of my feminine side, being more in tune with my femininity. And by saying that, meaning taking better care of myself, caring more about how I appear on the outside, because I know on the inside, my insides are great, but my outsides, I have this, I'm very natural, I'm very bushish. I call it bushes because I'm one of those people, I'll walk barefoot, I'll go catch fish, I'll climb trees. I'm one of those kind of people, and it's just like, at the same time, I had to really just kind of like, I got an eye opener a couple weeks ago. And the eye opener, it was just more like one of those things that made me say, you know what? Sometimes you allow yourself to get super duper comfortable, right? You allow yourself to get complacent. Like, I've gotten very complacent with myself, where I allow like stress and the D word, and the D word meaning DEP word. Okay, let me say that right. The DEP word, the SAD word, like I allow a lot of that stuff to get in my way and really just kind of like tear down my entire level of energy. Like, I'm one of those people where I will enter the room, and if the room is negative, that is how I feel. If I enter the room and the room is positive, that is how I feel. And for the last couple years, that's how I've been feeling. Like, I want to be super duper happy for myself. I have to force myself to be super duper happy. You would think that even like buying a house, right? Owning a home for the first time in my entire life, that would have been the most amazing moment of my life. But do you know, and a lot of you guys don't know, and I like to be very transparent, and I'm very transparent with YouTube because this is like my therapy outlet, right? This is where I can talk to you guys and you guys can talk back. And a lot of you guys are going through the same things that I go through in my mind, because I'm a person where I keep it in my head. And it's like, you got to speak it out for you to feel better. And I start noticing that when I speak it out, it might not feel better at that moment, but I feel better later on. So like for the last couple years, I've just been going through a lot of emotions, a lot of DEP, a lot of SAD, a lot of just unhappy moments. And in moments where I should be super duper happy, right? I should be super happy. I have to force myself to be super happy. I have to force myself to be celebratory for myself, because I'm so humble on the outside. You guys don't even understand my level of humbleness. I can't accept I don't know the word I'm kind of looking for. I'm trying to think of the word, but I know what I'm trying to say. But the humble side of me feels like you're showing off. The humble side of me feels like you're doing too much. So I always like keep my happiness inside, but the happiness inside hurts. The happiness inside hurts. Because you learn and you start creating, this becomes a learned behavior. And that learned behavior is you start noticing that you start taking everything in a negative light instead of being happy and positive. You start looking at everything in a negative way. You start looking at things like It's nothing. It's nothing to celebrate. You start telling yourself it's nothing to celebrate. Or when you are supposed to celebrate it, you find something else wrong so that you don't celebrate it. And a lot of you won't admit that, but I can admit that. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm expressing my feelings because I'm tired of being that person that bottles it up so much. You bottle up so much feeling. You bottle up so much feeling, right? Like I bottle my feeling. I bottle my emotions and I put that bottle on a shelf. And then eventually that bottle gets so full that the cap bursts off. I'm one of those people. So that is another reason why I said, you know what? Like I want to start walking in the light that I know God put me in. And it might not happen today. It might not It might not be today. It might not be the best day tomorrow. But I know for certain that that day will come where my smile will be so big. My happiness will be so genuine that I can truly smile and say, right? So that's another reason why I started really getting more into my femininity, because I've been a tomboy all my life. Like, I have the spirit of a man, and I can tell you that. I can openly say that. I have the spirit of a man. I like hardcore rap. Okay? I like hardcore dancehall music. Dancehall music is reggae for people that don't know what I mean. I don't run to R&B music. I love R&B music, but I don't run to it. Right? I'm also one of those people where when I do run to R&B music, it's older R&B music. I'm a 90s and early 2000 R&B music. This new ratchet, raggedy R&B music that they got going on, that's not my music. That's not my music. This new ratchet R&B, not me, baby. This is not my type of music. So that's another reason why it's just like I've noticed that over the years, and becoming an entrepreneur, you guys, let me tell you something. When you have to be a boss bee, and you guys know what I mean, a boss bee, it comes with a level of, you start losing a lot of your femininity, because you, in being a boss bee in a male dominated world, regardless if it's a female dominated industry, when you have to manage people, when you have to think on your toes all the time, when you're always problem solving, it comes with it. And people don't understand that. People don't understand that when you become a boss bee, you have to become the lady from The Devil Wears Prada. You guys remember that movie, The Devil Wears Prada? I think it was Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep, if you guys noticed, yes, she was super posh, super feminine on the outside, but if you notice, her marriage was in the shits. If you notice, she had to be a bull all the time to make sure that things were right. She had to lead with fear and male feminine domination to literally build her business. And that comes with the territory. And it's a very complicated space to be in. A lot of people would never understand that. A lot of people would never understand that. That's a very complicated space to be in. Absolutely, Mario. You're called aggressive. I'm always told that I'm aggressive. I've always told that I'm very assertive. I'm not going to say assertive, but I'm not passive either. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. I will call you out on it. And that comes as a part of being super aggressive. And it's like, even when you try to be that super, and when I say feminine, I don't mean girly, okay? I'm not talking about the damsel in distress, because I am nowhere near that, nor will I ever be that. I will always be the firm person that I am, but at the same time, being so firm, you start losing yourself. You start losing the essence of where you really want to be and what you really have been told to be, what you've really chosen to be. You start losing that. You start getting so complacent with, listen, they're going to accept me the way I am. It is what it is. He's going to be all right. We've been together 20 years. He's fine. You start walking in that light, and you get comfortable in that light. You do. You get very comfortable in that light. It's very easy to get comfortable there. It really is. It really, really is very easy to get comfortable there. Because when you're there, It doesn't require you to make more effort. It doesn't require you to get up a little earlier. It doesn't require you to watch your posture. It doesn't require, and when I said posture, I said, let me sit my butt up. It doesn't require you to really like sulk in the fact that you have to do something just a little bit more to remind yourself of how feminine you are and not so alpha feminine. I'm not going to say masculine because it's not a masculine energy. It's an alpha energy. You can be an alpha female, and I'm an alpha female. I can openly say that. I can openly say that. That alpha female, it coexists in your life. Like, it's so hard to get away from, especially in today's culture, in today's society, in today's world. Men are not in the lead anymore. And for those men that are in the lead, it's very complicated for them to feel like they're still in the lead. Hold on, you guys.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Your name for the order?
Crystal.
Perfect. What can I get started for you?
Can I get an 8-count nugget? A small iced coffee.
Okay.
Classic.
All right. Just original?
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect.
I'll take, can you make it a meal?
Yeah, do you want to do hash browns or fries? Fries are going to be about like a 5 to 7 minute wait.
I'll take the hash browns.
Okay, perfect. Any sauces or condiments for you?
Honey mustard, please.
Perfect. All right, will that be all for you today?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Are you paying cash or card? This bill is $9.56.
I don't know.
Okay, no problem.
Cash.
Cash, perfect. Miss Darian's going to take your cash around the corner.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
So, it's like, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Judith said, turn your damper down and let your husband take the lead. Absolutely. Absolutely. But here is where the problem lies. When you are a female that runs a business that requires you to be the boss at all aspects of the day, remember, mentally, you have to train your mind. Everything is a learned behavior. So you've learned for so many years to be this super damper girl in distress, and then when you start your business, you cannot be that super damsel girl in distress because you will be run over. And sometimes you have to learn how to turn that off when you walk away from work, and when you get back to work, you turn it on. But that's a learned behavior, and it does not happen overnight. And that is where a lot of the problems become a problem, because there are men and women who don't understand that. Yes.
You get the 8-count nugget, hash browns, and an iced coffee?
I do.
It's going to be $9.56.
I feel like I have $9.56. There you go, my dear. I don't need a receipt.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a good one.
You too. My problem is I'm not aggressive enough. It's like it depends on the situation for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. It really does depend on the situation. It really does. Like, even tone of voice, okay? Tone of voice, you have to learn to manipulate your tone of voice in every situation. When I say manipulate your tone of voice, when you're talking to your mate, your tone of voice has to be nice and chipper. You have to learn to turn it up. When you're talking to your staff, you can talk like this if you want, and they can do that, and they can do this, but they will run over you. And some days you have to go in there and turn off that, yeah, oh my God. And you have to go in there like, I specifically told you, do not do this. You have just cost us $5,000 after I specifically said, do not do this. That is the tone that you have to change. And you got to start fitting into certain roles. And eventually you get trapped in that role. You get trapped there. I've been trapped in that role for a long time. I got trapped into the alpha female role a long time ago because I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, you too. They always give you iced coffee and they know the coffee's not mixed. Like, ew, that's nasty. You see what I mean? Go to God in prayer and his word about the men being the head. Judith, that is great. Thank you so much for putting that in there, right? Thank you so much for that, because we are fully aware of that. We are. But that's really like beyond the conversation right now. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that in a severely positive way, because I don't want the tone of the conversation to turn into that. But I agree with you 100% that we do need to be able to damper ourselves and tone ourselves down. But at the same time, the conversation is really about understanding how to do that. It's very easy to say turn yourself down, but when you're an alpha, okay, just like there's an alpha male, there's an alpha female, okay, just like there's a dismissive avoidant, right? There's other attachment styles. There's other zodiacs. There's so many different parts of us that will never make it super easy. There's so many different parts of us, and there's so many aspects that we have to deal with. And in today's society, this world does not make it super easy for females, right? And it makes it even tougher for males, because they still have to be in that masculine role. But now the females who have been told to be seen and not heard, y'all remember that? Who remembers that conversation? A woman should be seen and not heard. That's our mothers. That's our grandmothers. And now we have generational curses passed down, and women now have been so manipulated in their minds with that same saying, a woman should be seen and not heard. And now your emotions are so bottled up on the inside that you can't function in a relationship, because you were taught that you should be seen and not heard. You should be seen pretty, sit there, be quiet, and not heard. But at the same time, you should also now be the provider. You should now be the emotional psychiatrist, psychologist, doctor, OBGYN, hairstylist, state-of-the-art chef. You should be all of this now. Whereas back at that time, when a woman should be seen and not heard, all you were was the caretaker. You took care of the house, and you didn't leave your house. You took care of the house. You took care of the kids. You had 5, 10, 15, 25 children. If you notice, our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, that is exactly how it went. And now we're in a time where it's not that same thing. A woman should be seen and not heard has really gone out the door. Because at this point in life, we are the caretaker. We are all of that. And we still have to be the super, super supportive wife, girlfriend, mother. You still have to be all of that, when we really weren't built that way, because our parents had already started this process back then. This started in the 70s. This process started before a lot of us were born. It started a lot before a lot of us were even born. So what you're born into, you have no choice. I would love to be that female that can be seen and not heard. But as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you cannot do that. You will be run over and they will eat your ass alive. Okay? My mother comes from a family where there's over 10 siblings. I have a ton of aunts and uncles. Do you see me around here dropping 20 children? I don't think so. Because we are not in a time where we're making that kind of money, where life is that simple. Life is not that simple anymore. Life is not that simple anymore. It's not. Life is not that simple. I grew up in a time where my mother and my father worked. Howard, Mooney, that y'all see me always say, hey, Dad, on here, okay? My father lives in Jamaica, not by choice, okay? But my father was a hustler, okay? My father and my mother. My mother worked multiple jobs. My father did exactly what he needed to do. And he bred life to 3 children. Okay, my father has 3 children. Me, my sister, and my brother. My mother has 2 children. Me and my brother. Right? And they bred life to entrepreneurs. They bred life to alphas. And it's a gift, but it's a curse. It's a gift, but it is a curse. And why I say it's a gift, but it's a curse, listen to me keenly. When I say it's a gift, but it's a curse, it is a gift that God bred light to my parents to have 3 very entrepreneurial children. 3 children that are very overachieving in everything that they do. Some people call it being pushed up. You're too pushy, you're too push-uppy. I call it being bred by a family that understands that in this world, being an entrepreneur is an amazing thing. But when I say it's a curse, hear me why I say it's a curse, and hear me keenly. When I say that it's a curse, it is a curse because you will get stuck in that mindset and you start to lose sight of yourself. You start losing the little things that you are happy for in life. Like just being able to sit back and put your feet up after a long day at work. Because as an entrepreneur, there's no such thing. I'm going on vacation in 2 weeks, but even on vacation, I'm still at work in my mind. So tell me, where's the vacation? And I like to have these talks with you guys because guess what? At the end of the day, yes, I have a therapist that I pay. Right? We all need therapy. And that's another thing that a lot of us are afraid to say. We all need therapy. I am pro-therapy. I am pro-therapy because I was forced to seek therapy for a family member last year. And at that very moment, I said, God, I hear you. Therapy is okay. I said, God, I hear you, and therapy is okay. I was forced to see that it was okay. Right? But at the same time, I like to use my YouTube as my therapy too, because guess what? I know I'm talking to real people. I'm not talking to a computer. I'm talking to people. That's why I'm always on here. Even in my worst days, I'm on here because it's therapy for me to smile again. It's therapy for me to remember that I'm not the only person out here that feels this way. And I have a platform of almost 400,000 people that I can talk to at any given day. Any given time. Absolutely, Kathy. Sometimes we need an unbiased opinion. If you seek therapy through your mate, you will literally drive yourself nuts. Stop doing it. You can talk to your mate as much as you want. You can do all of that. But sometimes you need to have that outside ear. And I'm not talking about your homegirl who's super judgmental. I'm talking about a person that you can talk to that has no judgment. They're just going to tell you what they see. Jador, that's called a tomboy. It's like a day off really isn't a day off. We always have something to do. We can never just take the day to relax. No, you can't. No, you can't. Like I had to learn that therapy is okay. That seeking outside help is okay. And just because you seek a therapist, I don't mean you out here trying to commit suicide. But you need that one person that you can talk to for them to give you a valid explanation. So, at the end of the day, like this is another reason why I do things the way that I do them. This is another reason why I decided that I wanted to really get more in touch with my feminine side. And I'm not talking about, once again, damsel in distress. Being in touch with your feminine side doesn't mean how you dress. Being in touch with your feminine side doesn't mean that you put on makeup every single day. Those are key aspects as a part of it to make you feel more feminine, right? But those are just aspects to make you feel that way. Your femininity is inside. It's inside. And then how you feel inside needs to now be portrayed outside. So if I feel that way inside, then I start getting up an extra 30 minutes so I can put a little makeup on my face. That don't mean I gotta have a full face beat. My hair's not done, y'all. Y'all wanna see? Hold on. My hair ain't done. But guess what I did? Splash a little bit of water on my sideburns, put my hat on, put my face on, walked out the door, put my earrings on, and it don't even matter that my hair's not done. Y'all see that? But I still feel great. I still feel like I look amazing. I do. That is being in touch with your femininity. Yes, therapy is great. God has opened doors of opportunities for us to be exposed to many things that help us expand and transform our mind. Absolutely. Absolutely. Therapy does work. I'm going to share something with you guys that I learned in therapy. My attachment style is dismissive avoidant. I'm a dismissive avoidant person. And if you know anything about attachment styles, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of you might be the same way. And I can see why I'm so alpha, because the dismissive avoidant has a masculine energy. That's a masculine energy. If you guys think back, men were very dismissive. Men avoid conflict with women. If you guys really think back, now men are not that way. It's the complete opposite. But in my father's time, my father's time, his father's time, men were very dismissive. His wife couldn't come to him and say too much. He look at you like, I said I'm done talking. And guess what they're going to do? Avoid you. That is a masculine energy. Sometimes people need to understand it's not everything. Never mind. When I read what really a dismissive avoidant person, or the traits of a dismissive avoidant person, on the outside, you appear to be very nasty of an individual. And when I say on the outside, people associate you with being unapproachable, sometimes stuck up. They see you as very stuck up. They see you as sometimes rude. And you're not rude, you're just direct. They associate it with being rude. On the outside, they see this hard shell. That's a dismissive avoidant person. On the outside, they see you as not nice. When those are the ones like myself, on the inside, I yearn to be the liked person on the inside. But when you piss me off on the outside, my avoidance side says, I don't need you to like me at all. Fuck you. That's me. See how that easily flipped? That's that person. That's a dismissive avoidant person. I encourage you guys to go and find out your attachment style. It's going to tell you a lot about yourself. It's going to answer a lot of the questions that you have about yourself. A dismissive avoidant person does not express their feelings. A dismissive, avoidant person does not express their feelings. Ew. You keep your feelings inside. And whenever somebody comes and there's people that you see as triggers and they dump all of their emotion into you. And the moment they dump all their emotions into you, it feels like an attack on you and you retreat. That's a dismissive, avoidant person. Marissa said, woohoo, I love this because I see there are others like me. I felt maybe I should change, but thank you. I'll stay me. Nothing wrong. So let me explain to you, Marissa. I can agree with what you're saying, but I'm going to tell you that I disagree. Because as a dismissive, avoidant person, you yearn on the inside for that love, that support, that expression. But to be honest, being a dismissive avoidant is one of the most toxic attachment styles. It's actually one of the most toxic. It's actually the one that you should be trying to channel through. You should be trying to get out of being a dismissive avoidant because you are a walking time bomb. It's ticking, tick, 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 and the clock is counting down and you just don't know when that clock is going to literally expire and erupt. That is a toxic trait. Because you bottle your emotions so much. You know, a lot of serial killers are dismissive avoidants. I didn't want to say it that way, but I want to say it. A lot of serial killers are dismissive avoidants. That's why I said it's not a trait. It's not an attachment that you want to keep. It's an attachment that you definitely can have, but you want to work through it. You want to work through that. You want to become a secure attachment style. A secure attachment style is healthy. It's a healthy attachment style. You want to feel secure. You want to be secure in all aspects of your life, your emotions. And which will never be, because you know why will never be? Until the day that you are with God and you start your life over with God, you will never be in a real secure place because you'll always be lacking of something. We're always lacking of something. But there are certain things that you have to learn to get away from. And while I can acknowledge I have a dismissive, whatever the other word is, dismissive avoidant, it's hurt more than help. It has hurt more than it has helped. Because you start looking at everything as somebody is attacking you. Everything someone says is definitely an attack on you. They're trying to take down the White House. It's you. It's you and you and you. And even at times when it really has nothing to do with you. You're just so on edge. Do you know that people can make you that attachment style? People can make you a dismissive avoidant. People can make your attachment style very different. There's another attachment style that's also somewhat toxic too. It's called an anxious, preoccupied attachment. An anxious, preoccupied attachment. Those are the people where they always need reassurance. They always need encouragement. They always need someone to tell them how beautiful they are. They always need someone to tell them how smart they are. They always need someone around you. To a dismissive avoidant, anxious, preoccupied is very clingy. It's a clingy person to me. It's a needy person to me. You always need something, like you just can't function on your own. They can become a codependent. That is a trigger to a dismissive avoidant. Hello, Father. So I really encourage you guys, because I'm not going to get so much into that because it's a lot. But I encourage you guys to go and see what attachment style you are. It's going to teach you a lot about yourself and what things you can definitely work on. And one thing as being a dismissive avoidant that I am working on is learning to express how I feel. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. But the old Crystal, and I'm not going to say the old Crystal because it's not really a new Crystal. The Crystal before she knew would sit back and just say, no, don't say anything. Don't say anything because I don't want to cause like a conflict. Like, I don't want to make an argument. the crystal now is, okay, how can I approach this and tell you how I feel without us starting this back and forth, or without you feeling away, because I need to tell you how I feel. And this is a recent time. Just like a turtle that will stick their head out for a while, look around, and then go back into the shell. That personality type is fear-based and anxiety-driven. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I was supposed to go to the store. I need some command strips. I'm trying to think what store is near here. Let me see what time is my first client. I bet you it's 9 o'clock. Yesterday it was at 10. I could have stayed in my bed. I'm too brash, I heard. Straightforward to the point. And brash people are the scum of the earth to everybody else, because brash people take things direct, and you hurt people's feelings not even knowing that you've hurt their feelings. In your mind, you're being nice. You're just telling them like it is. So, you see what I mean? It's always going to be that way. Robin, you said truth is crystal. You just need a vacation. Do you guys know I travel a lot? So it's not that I need a vacation, because I travel a lot. I do. It's only been this year, because financially this year has been a harder year for Elite Hair Care. This year has been one of the harder years. And I'm not even going to say like the whole year. Like, it kind of started last year. In the midst of last year, it's been one of the harder years, because you have to learn to scale up. And that's very complicated to do when you've gotten complacent where you are. All right, I gotta go get some command strips. I'm just sitting here running my mouth with you guys when I could have been at the Walgreens getting these command strips. Even though I know I'm going on vacation and today's my last day at work for the next 2 weeks, I still cannot leave without my capes hung up on the wall. So I have to go to someone's store and get these command strips. I'm also a perfectionist. Worst trait to have. Being a perfectionist will drive you crazy, because nothing is ever super right. So that's why I tell you guys, like, a lot of prayer, a lot of therapy, a lot of honesty with yourself, until the day you're honest with yourself, that you can really understand that these things can be changed, and you need to change certain things. I'm not saying to go change a whole entire being for someone or something, but you have to know that you want to change for yourself. No different from being an alcoholic, no different from being a crackhead, no different from being any one of those. Until the day that you can admit that there's something in you that needs to be fixed, nothing will happen. Until that day you can admit that something needs to be fixed, nothing will happen. That is true. I will tell you something in Sweden. When you're standing up for yourself and being straightforward, they say you're aggressive. That's a woman. So women, like I always said, have always been taught that you should be seen and not heard. So now that you speak up, you now become super masculine or aggressive. And you're not being masculine. You're not being aggressive. You're just not allowing yourself to be run over. You see the difference? And you see the change of tone? It's not about, oh, you can't do that to me. You perceived it in that way because now I had to explode and tell you what you're doing. But when I was telling you in a nice way, hey, you know, I really don't like when you do that, and I said it in my soft voice, you took that for granted as my soft voice, and that ain't nothing. But now when I put on my, okay, I just told you, stop playing with me. Now it becomes you're sassy, you're aggressive, you're too masculine. Those are the things that come with it. And delivery is everything. You're right, Miss Jones, you are right. Delivery is everything. But I want you guys to be very honest with me. Has there ever been a time where your delivery was super soft, it was super positive, and you expected something to really change. You were just so in tune. I'm not going to speak to you in a hard way because that's just not really how I do things. And the moment you did that, that did not make any form of change. So then you had to come back and now you have to turn it on and say, I said to you the other day, stop doing that. I don't like that. Now you become super aggressive, but you had already had the approach of being super positive and super nice. So this is why I say the world is a messed up place, because people perceive you in so many ways, but they don't remember when you came to them in the nice way. You came to them positive. You came to them without the tone. You came to them in a positive light, expecting a change. And when there is no change now, as women, we're like cats. We always have to be that way. Do you guys know that the lion and the lioness, okay? The lion does not hunt. You know who does? The lioness. The lion is the lazy creature. But when he's ready to get up and roar, everybody must stop what they're doing and listen because he's the king, right? The lioness is the hunter. She's the hunter. She breeds the children. She looks for the food, but she cannot speak. She cannot roar. But you put her in that role where she's supposed to be. Yeah. I know y'all hearing me on this Friday. I know everybody's hearing me on this Friday. If I'm preaching on this Friday, I need everybody to put those purple and blue hearts because I know y'all hear me. And I know what I'm saying is facts. I know what I'm saying is facts because I've lived it. I'm living it, and you're going to always live in it. It is a everyday thing. It's not a today, tomorrow thing. It's an everyday thing. Mm-hmm. Tiffany, you're so funny. Let me go in these people's store. I don't know why I ordered these hash browns because I don't even want them. Let's roll into the people's store, y'all. Let's roll into the people's store. All right, let's find some command. Good morning. Find some command strips. I feel like command strips. I feel like I would be in like the housing section. I don't know why. Oh God, I'm gonna put you guys on mute. Music. All right. So I had to mute you guys because the store was playing music. So I had no choice but to mute the phone, or you know how YouTube does with the copywriting and all that good stuff. Don't want that trouble. Don't want that trouble. All right, so off to work I go. I got 10 minutes to get there, which is good because I'm only 4 minutes up the road. I recently started watching you. I just love listening to you. I learn a lot from you. I can really relate to what you go through. We are so similar. Thank you. I'm glad I'm relatable to a lot of people. That's super important. I built my channel this way. Good morning. So that's another reason why, like I said, you guys notice I start wearing lashes. I start putting on my makeup. What I don't like, I gotta figure out how to stop creasing so quick. That part I haven't figured out yet. Because I crease really quickly, but I'm not gonna like worry about all that. That's not really a big deal, but I also don't like matte makeup. So I feel like matte makeup is super dry and my face is super dry. So why am I putting dry on top of dry? That doesn't make sense. But it's an understanding of my skin. Hey, Canada. So you guys know we're in Canada and the UK, right? Okay, good. Just making sure everybody's aware. So we have EliteHairCareUK.com and EliteHairCareCanada.com. Brown Sugar's always on here. Olive is on here from time to time, but Olive is based in the UK. She's in Europe. Or maybe she's in Birmingham. She's somewhere up there. The more things change, the more they remain the same. Absolutely. Rihanna Fenty, I was watching different videos, so I'm trying NYX right now. The shade that I put on this morning, I actually like that shade. I do like that shade. That shade was really nice. Does the purple shampoo color dark brown hair too? No, it's purple shampoo is made to remove yellow from hair. The purple shampoo is made to remove the yellow from the hair. I swear, if anyone talked you into getting a bridge, really do your research. I cannot stand this thing. So I think I told you guys a couple months ago, maybe last year sometime. Remember I had gotten a ton of implants done on my bottom part of my mouth from pulling so many teeth as a child and not being given a lot of alternatives because you didn't have money to get alternatives. So I decided that I was going to put implants in those areas because I wanted my smile to be a really nice smile again. And I got 2 implants first, and my plan was to get them in sequence, allow one area to heal and then get the next one, allow another one to heal and then get the next one. So I got 4 implants. In total I got 4 implants. So one of my implants failed the moment I got my second implant right next to it. So what I think happened was, you know, they have to drill into your bone to do the implant, to screw in the post, right? I feel that when they drilled into the bone, it created a hairline fracture that led to the other implant, and that implant ended up failing. So instead of me getting bone grafting and waiting on it to heal and doing all these things to know that later on I still have that possibility of the implant failing again, we did a bridge. The bridge, basically, I took off a very old implant that I had. Well, it was a root canal that I got done a long time ago. You know, you put a crown over it. And then he basically gave me a 3-tooth bridge. So the one in the middle has no post on it because that was the one that failed. So he just basically allowed the bone to heal for about 2 months. And then he went ahead and put in the bridge. So the bridge is 3 teeth. But it's 2 that had posts already. One was the implant, one was a root canal. And the one that failed does not have one. But what people don't understand with bridges is that you get food stuck under them. And you have to use a floss that is specific for a bridge. And every time you put that floss through that bridge, it bleeds. Because your gum is never going to get used to you putting that in there. It hurts every time you put it in there. But that is the only way to get the food out. And every time you eat something, it has the ability to get trapped under there. And it drives me nuts. It drives me stir crazy. Like right now, I have a piece of food stuck under my bridge and I cannot get it out. I have to keep flushing it with a water pick, and that floss hurts really bad because it's like you're pushing a thread through a needle and you're fishing it through, like you're fishing the needle through, and it's not really a needle because it's plastic. But your gums have healed. Your gums expand. They hurt. I try to get as far away from a car hitting my car door as possible. So, evaluate. Yes, Mario, chicken is the worst. You are so right. Oh, are you right? That chicken is the worst because it is. Oh, my key. Okay, I got it. All right, you guys, let's go into the salon because I'm sure my client is either here or on her way here. When will I do more of these videos? I do them all the time. I do them all the time. Oh, I got my hooks. They're in my purse. So I'm matching today, y'all. So I got on my Tory Burch shirt. This is my favorite bag, but it's my Tory Burch bag. I got my Tory Burch shoes. Listen, today's a Tory Burch. Every day is a Tory Burch day for me, but I haven't bought any new Tory Burch sandals in so long. Junie bought me some Tory Burch sneakers for my birthday. I'll be wearing them in Jamaica. Thank you, Jador. Come, we're going into the salon. Y'all coming or y'all want me to cut the live off? My girl's still going strong, but I now want a new car. I'm speaking life into it. I want a new car, and I don't think I want another Mercedes. My baby girl is doing very well, but I would like a new car. There she go right there. Y'all see her? That's my girl right there. That's my baby. But I want a new car. When she sits beautifully. Look at her. She sits so pretty. But I bet you I would never get another 63S. Would never get another one of those. I want a G-Wagon. No, I want a Range Rover. No, I want a Porsche. Y'all see how fast I'm drinking this iced coffee? I'm gonna have the jitters like a crackhead. And I even do it like an iced coffee so that I won't have the jitters. Still gives me the jitters. I be all, hey, good morning. Oh my God. That's funny. Come on, come on. Hey, girl. Good. Give me a couple seconds, okay? In like 5 minutes, just ring the thing and I'll open it for you, okay? Because I'm way in the back. Oh, yeah. yeah, 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 yeah. Kathy, that's funny. You were told you don't need anything extra. Really, girl? Oh, you guys said you wanted to see the suite. I mean, it's nothing fabulous. Like, okay, I'll just turn it around. When you walk in, that's the suite. I still have to fill in that corner. But this is the suite. It's like, it's fabulous, but is it fabulous? Fabulous? Like, this is it. You guys just chill. All right, so I'm gonna wipe off my wall real quick. You're supposed to wipe it off with alcohol. So I'm gonna do that. Hey, good morning. Alright, so I just wiped off one wall and then I'm gonna wipe off this wall over here. There we go. You have to wipe your wall with alcohol first. So I'll show you guys why I wanted the command strips. So over here, I don't like my capes to be on this thing. So that's the reason why why I wanted the extra command strips. So I'm gonna put it up here. And just, you press on it for, I think, 10 seconds. Okay, so we put that one there. And then this one goes over here where my shampoo capes are. I need two over here because I have a lot of shampoo capes. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I use two because I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So I have that there. I'm gonna put you guys up here for a moment so you can just kind of come around with me instead of me moving this around. So that was the reason why. Because I like my capes to be on a hook. I don't like them to like, I feel like that's neater, sitting on a hook, you know? It's a lot neater. That's the real purpose. You want, like when you're in small spaces like this, you have to learn to be organized. You have to learn to like put your stuff in places. Like I keep my capes like that. I like my stuff to hang. I don't know. And then my extra command strips, which is this one, this bag, it's gonna go in my drawer just in case I need more. right, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get my day started. I'm going to go ahead and get my day started. I hope you guys enjoyed today's chat. It was a good chat today. Good chat, good chat. Good therapy session today. Good therapy session. But I hope you guys have a good remaining of your day. I will definitely try to come on live and do something live with a client. In the meantime and between time, happy Friday, you guys. Love and peace. Bye.